So you're thinking of moving to Fall City. Well, in this video, we're gonna go through the pros and the cons of living in Fall City. It's got a lot of pros, but there are some cons, so stick around and we're gonna jump into it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, make sure that you click the bell for notifications. Make sure that you subscribe so that you are the first to know when we come out with a new video highlighting one of the neighborhoods, one of the cities here in the King County area, like we're doing today here in Fall City. My name is Derek Decater, part of the Decater home team, and we get calls, texts, emails from people just like you who are looking to make a move into the Fall City area or into the King County area. And our job is to make that process as simple as possible for you, but also these videos are meant to inform you so that you know what it's like to actually live here in King County. All right, so let's jump right into the pros and the cons. The first pro in Fall City is it's a small community, and as such, the affordability is a little better than some of the neighborhoods in King County. This is not Bellevue, this is not Issaquah, this is not Sammamish or the Snoqualmie Ridge. Fall City is down on the river, and the affordability is much higher. Okay, you're gonna get a little bit more house for your money, you're gonna get a little bit more land for your money. The other piece I just touched on is lot size. You're not going to be right up next to your neighbor here in Fall City. So you're going to get a little bit more land in Fall City than you might get, especially for the money, in some of the other areas here in King County. Location. And location is obviously a broad topic, but location in Fall City is specifically the fact that you get to have some of the most amazing views. You're on the river, Mount Si is right there, and again, you're gonna be kind of set back a little bit. You're not gonna be staring at your neighbor, and so from a location standpoint, I love where Fall City is at. It's a beautiful little city. It's also very quick and easy to get to the main thoroughways here in King County. You can jump on I-90 and kind of get anywhere in the state, you know, in 6 or 7 minutes, and you're on the freeway. So location is a big perk here in Fall City. Our next pro is going to be the school districts. The school district is great. It's going to be an area that is going mostly into that Snoqualmie school district. So you're looking at North Bend Elementary School, and from high school standpoint, you're going to be going to Mount Si High School. Phenomenal school district, always testing very well when compared to the other school districts in the state. All right, so it's not all great. There are obviously some things to be desired when you do live in Fall City. So let's jump into some of the cons. One of the cons in Fall City is also the location. If you need to get into the city quickly, it's going to be a little bit tougher. I said it's a pro because it is set back, and you are kind of out of the city, if you will. But for some people, that location is actually going to be a con. You are gonna have to get to I-90, or you're gonna have to take 202 and go either up and over the plateau, the Sammamish Plateau, or through Redmond to really get into Bellevue and Seattle. Another con for living in Fall City is that there is not a whole lot in Fall City. As you'll see in the vlog video, the drive-by in downtown Fall City is pretty quick. There's not a lot there. A couple of restaurants that are phenomenal, but really you are not gonna be in an area where there's gonna be a lot to do in your city. You will have to travel to really go out and do things that you might have access to that are just right down the road in some other cities in the King County area. Another con, which is a theme here in King County, is the weather. And it's a little bit more magnified, and you could look at it as a pro as well. But you're gonna get rain, you're gonna get wind. Now that in and of itself might be a con. The cool part about that weather and the location of Fall City is you also get to see the different colors of the season. You get to see how the river is going to rise and fall with the seasons. And so yes, the weather is a con. If you're not used to the rain, as we've talked about before, it's gonna be a transition. But that being said, there are some pros to it, and the ones who do love where they live in Fall City and in King County on here on the east side, they appreciate what that weather does for us in terms of the scenery, in terms of the environment that we live in, and all the things that come with the mountains and the rivers and the rainfall is essentially what it comes down to. So yes, it's a little bit of a con, but I'm sprinkling in a little bit of a pro there as well, because without it, we wouldn't have what we have here in King County and in Fall City in particular.